I am Groot. I am Groot. Guardians of the Galaxy is directed by James Gunn, featuring Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Dave Bautista, Vin Diesel, Bradley Cooper, Glenn Close, John C. Reilly, Lee Pace, and Karen Gillan. It's an amazing cast in this film. The ensemble is probably the best of the entire year. Guardians of the Galaxy centers around 5 characters, mainly Star-Lord, Gamora, Rocket Raccoon, Drax the Destroyer, and Groot. It really just centers around these 5 characters making sure that the orb doesn't get in the hands of the bad guys. It's pretty much your basic superhero plot, it's like Group A has one thing, Group B wants that thing, so they collide. And that's basically what this movie is, but that's not the crutch of this movie. No, the movie's magic actually just comes when all the characters are just sitting around and interacting. Their chemistry is so ridiculously good that you could probably just watch these characters talk for hours and not get bored. I mean, these people, they're just always so witty and funny, and they're just quirky, and it's very James Gunny, but in a good way, like that quirky humor that I personally like. I know a lot of people do like, and it's really just a great combination with the superhero action that comes along, and it's just a great mix of fun, awesome, just awesomeness. Guardians of the Galaxy may not be my favorite movie of the year, not by far, but this may be actually the most fun movie you're going to see all year. Because literally, I was laughing pretty much all the way through. The action was so much fun, and I'm probably going to say fun so many times in this review. But that's just the best word to describe this movie. It's just fun. It's what a summer blockbuster used to be, instead of bloated crap like Transformers. Yeah, I had to go there. Sorry. Things I really like about this movie, like I said, the chemistry between the actors was just off the charts good. The action scenes are pretty good. There's a couple of them that kind of maybe fall a bit short, but most of the time they're pretty satisfying, and a lot of it's visual eye candy. James Gunn really knows how to film these action scenes, which is kind of surprising because James Gunn I never really views as an action director, but he does a great job with that in this movie. The performances in this movie are all very good, especially from the main 5 people: Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Dave Bautista, Vin Diesel, and Bradley Cooper. Of course, Vin Diesel and Bradley Cooper are just voices. But the way these characters are portrayed, they really work better when they all come together. But they really are all great by themselves. You get great supporting roles in this thing, like Michael Rooker as Yondu, who has an interesting character in this movie, and he makes a choice I'm not a huge fan of later on down the line, but we'll get to that. People seem to be split on Ronan the Accuser, who's the bad guy. I actually thought he was quite good. I mean, yeah, he was just a bad guy. There was really nothing to him, but he was so cool visually in the action scenes that I really didn't mind, and I thought he was, in the end, compelling enough that he was just as good as the number 2 bad guy, because the true bad guy in this movie is Thanos. I have to talk about some of the negatives I have with this film, and one starts out with the plot. Like I said before, it is just kind of a generic superhero plot, and I didn't really like that, because if they would have spoofed it, but if they would have made fun of that, kind of like an Edgar Wright movie, then maybe that could have worked. But in this film, it felt like just that the plot was kind of watered down just to generate more scenes where the characters can talk, which of course is a good thing, since that is the main focus and the main strength of this movie. I have a big problem with the fact that I didn't really feel any stake. There's nothing at stake in this movie, and if actually there is a lot at stake, which means it's actually an even bigger problem than it could have been, because this is about the entire existence of Xandar, where the Nova Corps is, and they kind of just ignore that. It's they don't actually give you any weight to that situation. It kind of takes away from the final action scene against Ronan. My final problem is with Karen Gillan as Nebula in this movie. I felt like her acting was a bit off in most scenes. Overall, Guardians of the Galaxy is just a blast of a film. I had tons of fun with it, and I feel like you'll have tons of fun with it as well. I'm going to give this movie a B. I'm going to be doing movie reviews for all the films I've seen so far this year, and I'm going to be reviewing movies that come out in the future. So look forward to that. If you like this video, you can hit the thumbs up button right down there, or you can subscribe to my channel. More reviews will be coming, of course.